How's it going, everybody? Welcome back into Earth Nerd. I am Bryce West, and today we're going to be talking about Ultraman Arc Episode 12. And this is the continuation of the previous part where we've got this robot alien guy called Givas, and they think that he's trying to destroy the city. But Yuma thinks he's actually trying to be friendly because he saved some kids. And they have a little bit of a disagreement, and here we are. So we start off this episode with Yuma in this sort of bathhouse place thing, and he's just trying to sort of cool off from his altercation with Ishido earlier. And then the alien from a few episodes ago, Yamada, shows up and basically talks him down, says, hey, Ishido is a good guy. He helped me, get out of the science place quickly. And he said, even though he may come off rash at first, he does mean well. And he's like, he's the one that told me you were coming here, so just so you know. And so now that Yuma kind of understands where Ishido is coming from, he wants to apologize to him. He goes back to Skip and realizes that they're already working on what Yuma wanted. They have decided to trust in Yuma and find a better way to communicate with Givas. And it's revealed that it seems like there is a pilot in the cockpit of Givas. So Givas is being piloted. And so they go back down. Ishido talks to the GDF and says, like, hey, I want you to investigate something over here. And then Yuma sneaks in, and he climbs Givas like it's a rock climbing wall, and it's just completely ridiculous. He's literally climbing up this guy. So I thought that was pretty interesting. He falls at some point, but then is somehow able to catch himself, and he gets all the way up to the cockpit, and he finds the pilot, but as soon as he touches the pilot, he disintegrates. So it seems like there was a pilot, but whoever was piloting this robot has been dead for hundreds of years, if not thousands of years. So he gets in, he puts on this headset, and the pilot of Givas basically says, I come from this planet, we got our powers from our moon. However, the moon lost its power, the power was depleted, and him and the robot, I guess Givas is what we're calling the robot, look for another moon to power their planet. But they eventually go back to their planet, and they find out that they were too late. It's already gone. They've lost. And so they decided to travel the universe anyway to find a friend. However, eventually the pilot does die, but somehow he was able to hide the death of himself from the robot. And so the robot was still trying to, I don't know, it's a really weird situation, but long story short, all they were trying to do was find a friend. And I guess Yuma is supposed to be that friend. But then the kaiju from last episode starts attacking again. Yuma transforms into Ultraman Arc, and he tries to stop the fight, and the GDF is trying to blow him up. Skip realizes that Givas has a dual meaning of enemy and friend, but friend only happens, it only means friend when the moon's out, I guess. But I'm pretty sure when he said Givas in the last episode, I don't think the moon was out. I'm pretty sure it was like daytime. So I don't know. This is just a really, really weird scenario. But Yuma untransforms from Ultraman Arc and then talks to him as Yuma and then is able to convince him to go away. And then they basically go, oh, hey, Yuma was right, it was friendly, or whatever, and that's pretty much how we ended the episode. Givas goes back off into space to continue its exploration, and that's pretty much where we leave it. So this was definitely a very weird episode. It did not really go in the way that I was expecting. I think the whole explanation of who Givas is and where he comes from was incredibly bizarre. It was really hard to follow. Like, before I started recording this episode, I had to go back and re-listen to it again because I was watching it the first time. I'm like, what is going on? Like, and I don't know if you could tell, I'm still pretty confused on what was really going on with it. So yeah, very, very bizarre. Overall, I still did enjoy the episode, but it definitely was. It did not end the way I was expecting, and not in like a surprise twist way. It was in, I'm still pretty confused way. So yeah, I let me know in the comments below if I'm alone on this. Let me know like what your thoughts on this whole Givas twist situation was, because it definitely left me still a little baffled. But with that being said, that is pretty much my thoughts on this week's episode of Ultraman Arc. Stay tuned to the channel for tomorrow, because we're going to be having our review of this week's episode of Bakuwage Sentai Boom Boonger. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care.